And good morning, everyone. It's June 12th, 2023, and again, it's the favorite time of our week because it's Mondays with Bev and Paul. Hi, everybody. My name's Paul.
Hi, this is Bev.
And it's also the favorite time of our month.
Again.
We love this time of the month, too, because Bev gets her little butt here into Tucson, and we get to sit next to each other, rubbing shoulders.
And what do I get to do today? I get to have my BioTouch shift that I get to do BioTouch with people.
That's right. So if you ever want to have a session with Bev, call us up. She's here one Monday a month. And she even gets her own session.
Oh, thank you, Ann.
So today we want to talk about how BioTouch can help with Alzheimer's. And we were inspired to do this by one of our certified practitioners, Dr. Hala in Egypt, who is going gangbusters.
She is on fire.
So if you're on Facebook, you can scroll down to one of our posts, and there's the presentation by Hala. And you can click on the translation. We always post her stuff, and it always translates really well. I mean, it doesn't translate everything.
Well, right, but
like,
enough.
I don't think it ever says BioTouch the right way.
Have you noticed that too? It's like, what is this thing?
So she did her thesis in Egypt on BioTouch.
She did.
And she's done a lot of research, and she has this whole program designed to work with caregivers who are working with their loved ones who have Alzheimer's, because that is one of the most stressful jobs you can do, is working with Alzheimer's.
Goodness, isn't that the truth?
So she has found a few things in her research, and we're going to share a little bit about what we've found out with BioTouch. She talked here about some of the reasons, and you had sent that to me. Some of the reasons for Alzheimer's are things like chronic inflammation, toxins, diabetes and pre-diabetics, and neurological nutrient deficiency. I thought those were interesting.
I thought so too. Yeah.
So she found a lot of those as being a major
contributor to
Alzheimer's,
yeah.
Of which then she has the few sets of points that she's created in her little workbook.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing. So she goes through, and you sign up for this, 3-week or 4 sessions. She does personal trainings with you, and she even does money back guarantee.
You know what? And doesn't she, and I think what she offers the caregivers themselves is like BioTouch sessions as well. And then, of course, teaching them the sets of points that will address the condition. Yeah, it's very comprehensive, isn't it?
She also talks about in her classes Alzheimer's patient feeding, how to deal with Alzheimer's patient behaviors, and how to develop cognitive and memory skills lost during Alzheimer's journey.
Wow.
And I like how she called it an Alzheimer's journey.
Journey, I know, because what does she call her whole program? Alzheimer's New Hope.
Yes.
And we talk about BioTouch and hope all the time, and so she's already entering into this work with the idea that on this journey there's hope here and unlimited possibilities in that care for a better experience and a more quality of life for these people who are experiencing Alzheimer's.
And I think that's the key that we want to get across here, is the quality of life.
Yeah.
We're not saying Alzheimer's will be reversed. We don't know.
Right.
But we've had a couple of experiences. I remember once I worked with a family in Hawaii, and they had me come, and I was doing caretaking for this guy a couple times a week, and I would take him, get him in the car, and we'd go to the mall or somewhere. I always like Alzheimer's patients because they have a reality. You know, and it's not about changing their reality. It's about living with their reality. And this guy used to be a politician too. Ooh. So he knew we'd go to the mall and he'd just go up to anybody and tell them a story that who knows if it was true or not, but it didn't matter. But the interesting thing was, very agitated. He was was very agitated. So I would go, and the first thing I would do is BioTouch, which was very difficult to do. It's not easy.
Right.
Because it was like
when they're moving.
yeah,
Yes.
it's like don't touch me, and
Yes.
there's this sense that they're stuck in this body,
Oh, I
and they
know.
just want to get out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the touching was very difficult.
It's challenging.
Yeah, and just doing the greeting and the headset, I would try to do, and it was an amazing difference. If I could get that headset in, he would be able to focus and
Yeah.
relax a little, to
Yeah.
where he would walk to the car. You know, he would be able to sit in the car, and because sometimes when we would drive around, he'd start pulling his restraint off.
Oh wow. Oh.
Like, let me out of here, and
yeah,
almost try
he's
to
like
open the door.
imprisoned
Yeah,
somehow. Yeah.
And
Interesting.
and the family noticed a difference.
A difference.
When I left, they noticed he was calmer. The most difficult thing, not working with the client, was trying to get the family.
I was just thinking about that.
They never
Oh my
once did
gosh.
even 1 minute with him.
I do. Where do we start on that conversation?
You know, and so let's just show again, and I'm going to express it. So once you've done the greeting, if that's all you can do, there's just even one point of the headset, the first step.
Yep.
So I'm going to turn and we're going to explain where those are, so those on the podcast, if you can't see it, you can hear it.
Right.
So once you've done the greeting, you take one set of fingers. Bev's going to do it on me.
Yep.
And two fingers, your index and middle finger is going to touch in the middle of the neck at the base of the skull.
Right.
And the other hand is going to go on the forehead, just at about the crown, where the forehead meets the crown.
Yep, right there.
And you just hold that for 6 to 8 seconds. So just doing the greeting and A, so 15 seconds for the greeting, 15 seconds for
So we
A&A.
always say, are you not worth 30 seconds?
It's 30 seconds.
Or your
you know?
loved one not worth 30
We're not
seconds.
even talking about them touching you. Just working with them would take you 30 seconds. If you did the whole headset, if you could have the time to do that, I think you would get up to maybe 2 or 3 minutes.
Right. Oh, yeah.
You know,
Again.
even that.
Yeah, even that.
And doing that once in the morning, once in the evening, just that 30 seconds, or while they sit down for breakfast, I saw the difference. And
Well, and we list in our conditions that the headset for Alzheimer's is what the very first thing you want to do after the greeting, because it's any condition that's related to the brain.
yes.
And there's multi conditions that set will address, but Alzheimer's, start with that greeting, as Paul was saying. And if you can't get to the whole headset, that A, if you think about it, you're what we call through fire. You're right through the frontal lobe back to the back. You're
Right.
firing right through that brain.
Which we've had people tell us when
I
you
mean-
get into these kinds of situations, PTSD, Alzheimer's,
Yeah.
there's a dissociation from the frontal lobe and the back lobe.
Right.
That's what we've learned in our workshops.
That's true.
So BioTouch is
What-
connecting the front and back, whatever those two lobes do, and I'm not too good
it's
at
a bridging,
physiology.
isn't
yeah,
it?
bridging,
Oh
that's
my
a good word.
gosh, yes.
We had another experience. This is a really interesting experience. Way back, this got to be 25 years ago. There was a couple of nurses and the director of an Alzheimer's unit in Hawaii
Oh,
that
my
took our
goodness.
class. And they actually went back to the group home and they took 10 of the most agitated patients in that home. And they did BioTouch and they started measuring results. What they found, 9 of the 10 patients cut back on their medication. All of the patients were less agitated. How far did that go? I can't remember because never heard again from. They lasted a couple of months.
That was 25 years ago,
25
as we were
years ago.
saying. we
So
were planting
those are
seeds.
just simple little things that we've seen happen.
Yeah, and I think the agitation, as you were saying in the beginning, is one of the primary. Like even I was talking to one of our certified practitioners a couple days ago, back in the New York area, where she's a massage therapist and uses BioTouch in her practice And she's saying the most outstanding comment when she begins her massage sessions with BioTouch, that greeting, and then she, goes ahead and does whatever comes. But a couple things happen. But the comment that she gets the most after working with her clients is, "Oh my gosh, when you did that BioTouch, I have never felt so relaxed ever." And so we know that when you're in a state of agitation and your body is introduced to something like BioTouch that has the power to bring you we always talk about BioTouch. It gives us the opportunity to not just reduce the stress and the symptoms of pain, but brings the body into a presence, because that's when healing begins.
Right.
When it is in a state of rest. Remember when we had Justin on for
Right.
what did he say? That there's a particular rhythm, universal rhythm. It goes low and slow. When your body comes into that point of peace, that's when healing begins. And that's what BioTouch does. Yeah.
And we have some of the clinical data. I mean, Dr. Stevenson found that quality of life was enhanced when you could raise that interleukin 12 level.
Yeah.
That immune system response in our body. And she found that that's what it did. So, all these things, we start seeing now some of the research showing what we've noticed, where we didn't need research, we just noticed the results.
Right, exactly.
But, it's just too bad that we live in a society where unless you have clinical data, you can't say that it does this or that.
Right.
But we do have a lot. Look, it can't hurt.
I know.
It
Really?
can't hurt. Nothing better, if nothing else, than a loving, gentle touch on the skin of another human being. Just that in itself wipes out all of our problems.
Just brings us into the connection that it's innate in all of us.
Yes.
Right? Here we go again with BioTouch, that innate sense of being connected to each other. Love in action. That's what it offers.
And that's the simplicity of it.
Yeah.
So we hope that you'll want to learn more. We did have a few years ago, a woman who ran Alzheimer's unit here in Tucson, and that's on our workshops. One of our workshops, you can listen to her presentation and how she feels touch is so important in these situations.
Well, I think that the touch, it reaches through. We always say BioTouch breaks down the barriers, but it breaks through all of that agitation and reaches the deepest part of ourselves that says, oh, and that's what? The body.
Right.
It's speaking to the body.
That reminds me of Lou Epstein,
Oh.
who they considered him Alzheimer's, but to me he was just in a state of talking to angels.
You're right.
And I would work on him many times, and when I would do the touch, he would just lean forward. He goes, BioTouch, it's just gently saying to the body, follow me. It's okay. Follow me.
Follow me. That's how I feel that way when I do BioTouch with other people. It's like I'm giving the body what it wants, and it knows what to do with where I'm touching. And it's like, yeah, follow me. Go there.
Yes.
I know what to do.
We can't make it more simpler. We have numerous ways to learn it. I mean, we have a practitioner training coming up. Eileen's going to do one in person here in Tucson, June 17th and 18th. That's this Saturday and Sunday. This is available to massage therapists, nurses, and doulas for 10 CE credits. We've been approved to offer that. So that's one way to learn it. Another way is we have our health condition monthly workshop. We have one coming up June 22nd, and that's with Angelina McNeela, and she's a doula. She's going to talk to us about labor and delivery. She's actually worked with Kai during her pregnancies and her deliveries. So we're looking forward to hearing what Angela's she's a really cool lady.
Yeah.
So look forward to that.
And she took the practitioner training.
She did to get her CE credits and to help Kai in
Yeah.
her delivery.
It's
So it'll be
amazing.
interesting to see if she's even used it other times
Right.
too. So.
Right.
So, those are ways. Otherwise, there's other simple ways. Go to justtouch.com. You can download the first 10 pages of our manual to give you an idea about it. It doesn't even cost you anything, and it shows you how to do the greeting, which we've always said. Just do the greeting.
Just if that's the only thing you can do, right?
It's going to start a process of healing. And if you want to go further, there's all kinds of ways to download the headset. If you want the entire manual, the ebook version of it, you put it onto your computer, you put it onto your phone, you put it on your tablet, put it on your TV, and there's links to the video, and it shows you how to do it. It tells you in words how to do it, and there's pictures too. So there's no way that you can't learn BioTouch.
Yeah.
The key is you're always going to be effective.
Right. Immediately.
Immediately. This is not something you have to sort of keep breathing 20 breaths and then hold your left finger under your right arm. And,
or take years to master.
Right,
or whatever.
right. And bring down some unknown, entity into you. If you're a human being and just taking those two fingers, you're going to be effective.
Yeah.
And it's not about time and space. We have another lady in here. She's getting worked on herself, stressed out to the max. And her husband doesn't quite have Alzheimer's, but he has this problem, and he shakes a lot, and he's losing his ability to think. So he's got beginning of it. And I said, just do the greeting and ANA. Taught her how to do it. Very interesting thing happened. So, and I told her that she could have him work on her. He said, well, he shakes too much. I said, then take his hand and you place it there while it's shaking.
Oh.
Can you imagine that interaction of that? The
Oh.
beauty of that?
Yeah, the beauty of that. The fact that he can, it's not just only about him going through this, right? It's the fact that in the midst of all this, he can help his wife.
Yes.
That's
so
crazy.
Interesting thing that happened, she was leaving the next week going out, and she was coming here for her session, and he said, oh, are you going to that stuff that you did on me? So he knows about it.
He knows.
He knows about it, and from a male's point of view, he's asking for it. Because
Yes.
men aren't going to say, oh, I need help.
I know, yeah. I can
no
handle
way,
it.
I fall on my ass, jump. I'm okay. I might have broke my
I'm
shoulder.
good.
I'm all right.
I'm all right. No problem here.
So it's amazing to see what it can do in relationship.
Oh.
It gives her something to do, him to do, and I hope they continue and we'll
that
see
is
what happens.
what a gift.
Yeah. So BioTouch is a gift for all of us. Please try it, check it out, tell us what it's like. You have any questions, contact us. We're here every Monday. We can talk about whatever you want in relation to healing work, to your own personal journey of healing, and that's why we're here.
That's it. We are here.
We are here, and we are going away now. So we'll see you all.
For a little while.
We'll see you all next week.
Have
Thanks
a
lot.
good week.
Days in and days out, space and time is all about feeling pressure with the pain, in sunshine or in the rain. Living is a place in mind, giving is being kind. When the pain is too much, what we need is BioTouch. When I'm touching you, you are touching me. It's a simple thing to do and a natural way to be.